Challenges happen to everybody. And when you have a challenge, you either freak out or you're calm, cool, and collected and you meet the moment. And there's a reason for that. Whenever something negative happens, your brain remembers. The bigger the challenge, the bigger the emotional response, and the higher your brain ranks the challenge in what I call the gigantic catalog of challenges. As you're living your life, without consciously thinking about it, you're comparing current challenges, small or big, to past challenges. For example, I started my bike out of my apartment and moved it to the world's sketchiest basement in South Boston. That's when I hired Steve, and Steve thought that we should move my bike from the sketchy dungeon to a really nice retail space on the main drag in South Boston. It's a good idea, right? Seems pretty logical. More visibility, more customers, all that good stuff. I was freaking out. This was a huge challenge. Here's why. He wanted to move from a $500 a month dungeon to a $2,600 a month palace for all intents and purposes. And what made this challenge challenging was I had no idea how we were going to afford this place if no one wanted to get their bikes repaired with me. It was literally keeping me up at night. And Steve did a good job of telling me the pros and the cons, and the pros definitely outweighed the cons. And in 2014, we moved my bike from 516 East 2nd Street to 391 West Broadway in South Boston. While we were moving and figuring out the lease, I was a ball of nerves. I questioned everything. Then we opened the new spot. Our revenue increased dramatically immediately. My fears are gone. It was crazy. And the challenge of biggering my bike was met. Then fast forward to 2015, when me and Zach were looking for a spot to open up the biking activity center. It was my bike all over again. But for this challenge, my stress level was non-existent. The reason being, the whole experience of finding a spot for biking sports didn't surpass in the gigantic catalog of challenges the experience of moving my bike from the dungeon to the beautiful palace. My business partner Zach was a little more particular with some of the details, a little concerned about some of the things, but they were the same exact things I was concerned with when we moved my bike. And when we opened the doors of the bike activity center, his fears went away. I was super excited because biking grew exponentially immediately. And this is just one example just to show my point. During the COVID pandemic of 2020, my friends were genuinely concerned about my mental well-being because biking couldn't operate. I told them that the challenges on my business from this pandemic were significantly less than those of moving my bike from the sketchy basement and less than anything that I encountered knocking on doors for 2 years. I couldn't be any less stressed out about business. Other business owner friends of mine who have shied away from significant business challenges were freaking out during the whole pandemic. They just weren't mentally prepared for it. To keep biking prepared, me and Zach work to make things uncomfortable when things seem a little bit too steady. We embark on new projects, take on new clients, expand to new markets. This way, when an unexpected challenge happens, the whole Viking team is prepared to hit the challenge head on. Challenges are just a fact of life, and they're crucial because they prepare you for bigger challenges.